Should look like we're talking in the beginning, staring into space.
I know, right?
He called it a
It is a
disgrace.
disgrace.
Should talk
You
about
can kind of hear us on there too, a little bit.
the what?
You might have to reset it. I don't know. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Hustle Reports, where we develop a culture of entrepreneurship by highlighting the different stories of success from business leaders and share our expert advice with you. So that's really our goal here on the Hustle Reports. It's been a great week. I hope everybody enjoyed their holiday. If you spent it with your family, friends, whoever, whatever you did, I just hope that you really had a good time. I know that I did, we did, from what I hear. And also, we're coming live from Pie Hops in downtown Norwich, Connecticut, which is southeastern Connecticut, about an hour and a half from Boston, 3 hours from New York City. Really great restaurant. If you're in the area visiting one of the casinos like Foxwoods or Mohegan Sun, make sure you stop by and check out this gastropub. Just do a search on Google for it. Look up Pie Hops. Really good. They got pizza, burgers, sandwiches, all kinds of great food. So make sure you check it out. Big shout out to them. But nonetheless, yeah. How was your holiday, Suki?
Fantastic. Yeah.
Fantastic. What'd you do?
I ate a whole bunch of food. I went to the Golden Chopsticks in Westerly, Rhode Island. Got a bunch of Chinese food. It's not your typical Chinese food in America. It's
Yeah.
Hong Kong style.
Oh, so it's like the real deal, like
It's the
actual
real,
Chinese
yeah,
food.
dim sum, roasted duck. So this isn't something I eat every day, but it's something I definitely grew up with.
Got it. So it's not like beef and broccoli.
No.
I love beef and broccoli though, and whatever the other stuff
General
is.
Cho's chicken,
Yeah.
whoever that is.
We should do
Totally.
some research on General Cho. I thought it was General Sao.
The T, S, and O are pronounced Cho.
Got it. So I have no clue what I'm talking about.
I just want to sound like Donald Trump right now and say China. Is that bad?
China.
I don't know.
Speaking of Donald Trump, actually, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
So there's this stimulus package coming out, or is it?
So it was signed by Donald Trump on Sunday. See, the guy's like a hard worker, right? I mean, he's signing things that could possibly pass into law on a Sunday. I mean, he's hustling,
And he's on his way out. Like he
right?
probably could just ride on his coattails, just be like, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm not signing anything. You guys figure it out.
Right. I'm not promoting or endorsing him, but I mean, it is what it is. The
Well,
guy's
no, I
working
don't
on
think you're
Sunday.
promoting him,
Yeah.
but the work ethic.
I guess.
Right?
Yeah, he shows up.
Yeah, he shows up.
Does his job, whether good or bad.
Whether you
So,
hate the
yeah.
guy or not, I think the point is he's reached a level of success, right? So
Mhm.
you can't just get there, even if you're a complete scam artist. Maybe
Mhm.
he is. I don't know,
Mhm.
but the proof is in the pudding.
Right.
Everybody knows the guy's name. He's got
Right.
tons of money, tons of companies. Must be doing something right.
Yeah. Yep. And he also made the little ice skating rink in New York, which is it's still there. And he did it because his children were growing up and they lived like across the street.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You will not find me at Rockefeller Plaza ice skating because I have no clue how to do that.
Really? Well, his ice skating rink is not at Rockefeller Plaza. It's actually at Central Park.
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
I think I saw something about that. Didn't he like build it and show the mayor like, haha, I can do this, and you are still caught up in that bureaucracy thing.
Right. Yeah. There was all this like bureaucracy with the money and because it's coming from the city of New York. So
Yeah.
he was like, listen, Ivanka, his daughter, or Ivanka, right? That's his
Yeah,
daughter.
Ivanka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ex-wife is Ivana, I guess, right? So
Something
yeah,
like
she was
that.
like 2 years old, and he's like, time's a ticking. She'll be 3. I could put her in ice skates. Like, we got to move on this. I think he spent like $10 million on the ice skating rink.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So It's
That
a
was in the 80s.
That's in the 80s. It's a
Yeah.
lot less than like the $900 billion stimulus package that's getting
Yeah,
signed
going
that
back
got
to
signed.
that, right? So it hasn't completely passed, but he thought the COVID-19 relief was a complete disgrace. So instead of $600, he'd like to see it be 2,000.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of it go to businesses
Mm-hmm.
personally, because I think that if you stimulate the businesses, they are in a better position to start hiring, and yeah, it's the businesses. You never know how consumers are going to spend their money.
So I guess I don't know. That sounds like a whole new program, but like for a stimulus package, I think this whole thing was started back in the 30s by Roosevelt.
Yeah,
And
was it?
yeah, they used the term priming the pump, which then got like kind of bad, left a bad taste in people's mouth. But they
I
kind
didn't
of
know about that.
figured that with stimulating the economy, if spenders were spending money, like not by paying their bills, but by going out and spending it on shit that they basically don't need,
Yeah,
that would prime the pump.
got it. So
Yeah,
they're going to spend it with the business.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The problem nowadays is that people don't shop local as much.
Well, I mean, where's the local flavors? Where are they
We
going to
need
shop
them,
at?
exactly. We need
Yeah.
more of that. I mean, here in Norwich, for example, I can see that happening more and more.
Hmm.
I'd like to see more of it. I think there needs to be definitely some local flavors going on,
Hmm.
different types of businesses, mom and pop shops. Um, but yeah, like, okay, so a person gets this
Right.
$600 from a stimulus
Hmm.
package, and they're probably in a tough spot
Hmm.
because of COVID. A lot of people lost their jobs. You're gonna have to pay bills. Um, but they're, from what I hear, from what you were telling me yesterday, that they shouldn't actually. That's not the idea. They shouldn't be
Hmm.
spending on bills.
Right. Yeah, the whole idea is to pump money back into the economy and help businesses to thrive. So I know we're in Norwich right now, but in areas like Brooklyn, in New York,
Mhm.
Queens, just the different boroughs, a lot of the stores or within the neighborhoods, they're all mom and pop shops. So, I mean,
Yeah,
are
New
you
York doesn't
familiar with
let
those
Walmart.
areas?
You can't find a
Yeah,
Walmart in New York because they won't let it
right.
come in.
Yeah. So I mean, like a big box store, it could be like Jimmy Jazz, where they sell like streetwear and Nike and Reebok and all of that. But if you're in Queens on like Knickerbocker Ave or whatever, I don't know,
Ditmars.
yeah, you would end up at stores like that. So they're not as big where they're in like a Macy's or a Lord and Taylor's or Sears, but I don't know, they're kind of like smaller neighborhood stores.
For sure. I
Yeah.
think that's super important. Um, the problem here, though, is like, okay, people get the $600, and let's say they don't spend it on bills. They're like, I'm going to shop. I'm going to stimulate the economy with this because that's what it's for.
Right.
Um, most people shop online at like Amazon.
Mhm.
That money is not doing anything to stimulate the economy.
Right. Oh, you know what people should do? They should take a portion of, or they could take all of the $600 and invest in starting a business. So if you
Yeah,
go on to, what is it? The
whatever your
IRS.gov, right? You
yeah.
got an EIN number, right?
Well,
That's
to do that, you
free.
can't do that. Yeah, that's putting the cart
Oh,
before the horse.
well, I guess, but it's a step-by-step process,
Yeah,
right? So you got to go and get an LLC
yeah, something like
online. It's
that.
like $100.
You got to choose what kind of business you want to form.
Right, but if you know the cost of it up
Yeah, yeah,
front, it's not overwhelming. People think
for
you
sure.
need thousands of dollars, and I'm like, no. If you have an idea and you just go on like get a website, a domain, that's 14.99 or 9.99 or
Yeah,
whatever. Just get it, like
just
lock
go to
in.
GoDaddy.com or
Right,
web.com, register.com. There's a
right,
bunch of them. Just search where to get a domain.
right. And then if you're gonna sell stuff like online and it's solely like an online business, I don't know, bake cookies and shit and sell it. You're doing it anyways,
Yeah,
so you might as well like do it for real and then make money. So yeah, you could really take the $600 or $2,000 and multiply it 10x, 100x, whatever.
yeah. I mean, that's if I only had $600, that's what I'd be thinking about. How can I flip this? How can I turn this six hundred
Right.
dollars into more?
Hmm.
Not just spend it on some frivolous item.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
don't know. Don't say that too loud because I want people coming to my store and spending money on some Supreme.
Oh, they're gonna spend no
Oh yeah,
matter
I
what.
know.
You know what I mean? They're gonna. No
Yeah.
one's 99% of the people who hear my advice aren't gonna take it. And that's why 99% of the people in the world aren't the 1%.
Right. I guess. Yeah. It's true.
They're going to complain about the 1% and why the 1% should give them all the money.
Yeah, I want to be that 1%. Personally,
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
Yeah. Maybe, on paper you might not be, but I know your mindset definitely is.
In time, yeah. If I feel like if I just keep doing what I'm doing and I don't give up, then
Yeah,
I have a greater chance of being the 1%.
for sure. Now, in theory, this stimulus package, what he's talking about when he says that it's a disgrace, I wouldn't go that far. I think he's really pushing the envelope because, I mean, $600 to every American citizen is quite a bit. If you look at it in the big picture, it would be nice though if we could give $2,000 checks, and I think that's what they're pushing for.
200 or
2,000.
2,000, right?
Yeah.
$2,000 checks, right?
I mean, you can pay a lot of people can pay all their bills with that.
You could buy a car.
You could buy, oh yeah, a low cost. Look, I had a Pontiac Grand Dam. My first car, it was $800.
Mm-hmm.
1996 Pontiac.
Cool. My first car was a 1989 Toyota Corolla.
Okay, Toyotas are
Yeah.
great.
It was a standard.
Yeah. Do you know Lexus is just a glorified Toyota? They have the same engine.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's why I would never buy a Lexus.
Right? You like those foreign cars, right?
I do.
Yeah.
They're just like well engineered. They think about all the different features. And I actually have to say the seats are a lot more comfortable.
Sure.
Yeah.
I drink my hustle juice. So today you're watching the hustle reports, and this is my secret to success.
Drinking
Water.
hustle juice. Oh, you gave it away.
Ray Bones from the Do Not Sports Show,
That's true.
I'm sorry, the Ray Bones and Nodder Show. You can find them on Do Not Sports on Facebook. He won. I said it one day. I was like, "Yay! Anybody who can guess what's in my hustle juice cup, they'll get a prize." And he guessed it, and he was right. So I had to pay him
Yeah. So you paid him in cash.
cash.
Yeah.
Yep, $20.
He was pretty happy.
Yeah,
that
$20.
day. Yeah. Hmm.
Better than a scratch off ticket.
Oh yeah, scratch off tickets. What a waste of money, huh?
Yeah, and that marketing message, you can't win if you don't play.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna take my chances and be a loser.
Yeah, I'm not big into it either.
Yeah.
I never could. I don't know why.
I've never bought a scratch off ticket.
No.
Yeah.
Never. Wait a minute. So you've never bought one?
No, people have given me scratch off tickets,
Yeah.
like as stocking stuffers, or like in a card. There'll be like a couple in there, and sometimes I'll win. Mostly not though.
No.
Yeah.
One time I spent $150 on a whole roll. It was $150.
Why?
I remember, because I thought I was gonna win big. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it right. So I was like, give me the whole roll. And I'm like, okay, $150. I made $127.
Holy smokes.
I lost money on the deal.
So out of all, how many came in a roll?
I don't remember exactly how many, but it was quite a bit. Me and my friends all got together, and then I was looking at them. I was like, one of you guys pocketed the winner. I know you did.
Do you think they did?
Probably.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You should try that experiment again and count how many are on the roll.
I'll do it on the show. I don't know if you can
let's do
scratch that many on a show. That's a lot to scratch.
Right. Well, we won't scratch them on the show. We'll scratch them beforehand, and then we can document the whole thing.
For sure. Or we can do like a time lapse video.
Oh yeah.
So it looks like we scratched them all.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
So, anyways, we have a really exciting guest today. His name, we've had him on before, but there was some issues. As you guys know, we're actually building this thing out, and each episode, if you've been following along, has gotten better and better. There was times where we had technical issues with the audio. We still have glitches here and there, but we're fine tuning it. By the new year, we should have it exactly where it needs to be. So we did have him on at one point, but people couldn't hear it that well. So we wanted to invite him back on. His name is Ashan Event, really great guy. We're going to get him on here in a few minutes and let him kind of share a little bit about what he does. You know Ashan.
I do know Ashan. Ashan and I go back a few years when we first met at the Foundry 66. Oh, actually, let me take it all the way back. So my daughter went to Norwich Free Academy, and so did his stepdaughter. And so they were friends. So when I met Ashan, we were chit chatting, and I was like, "Yeah, my daughter goes to school." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, my stepdaughter does as well." And I'm like, "I don't know who she is," but then come to find out, I'm like, "I actually do know who she is because my daughter had like a little pool party, and like so his stepdaughter was there."
It's a small world
Right,
after
such a
all.
small world,
Well,
right?
let's bring him up now so we can actually say hi and get into it a little bit. There he is.
Hey,
Hey,
it's a
what's up,
man of the
people?
hour.
How are you?
Excellent. How are
Good.
you?
Can you hear me okay this time?
Oh, we can hear you great.
All right, perfect, perfect.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what you do. Tell our audience.
Yeah, tell the audience. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Ashawn Chewy Avent. I'm the owner of Main Event Sports and Apparel. Also, we got the brand No Luck All Hustle. So, and also, we create custom apparel, custom clothing, custom hoodies, t-shirts, sweatsuits for a lot of different people, a lot of organizations, teams. We make custom uniforms, custom bags, custom masks, you name it. We all about the branding for people. Then we got our own small brand, No Luck or Hustle, nothing too crazy. But, we just working and just kind of represent something for the people that's out there grinding every day.
Love it. Love it. And actually, Suki knows a lot more about retail and branding than I do. So
Yeah.
I'm going to let her ask some questions actually for you.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, how long have you been doing what you're doing with apparel?
Yeah, we've been doing apparel for over 5 years now. So the uniforms, that's how we started, just making custom uniforms for different teams in the inner city, just to give them something to make them feel like they're important. One of our slogans is you look good, you play good, and you feel good, you play good, and that's one of the things that I wanted to give back to different organizations to make sure that they had high quality custom uniforms. So I started doing that and then migrated over to, making custom sweatshirts for fans, team moms and, people who are associated with these organizations making fan gear. And then it just kind of took off from there.
Right, right. So I remember first meeting you at the Foundry 66, right? I
Yeah.
was like at the
Yeah.
co-working space here in
Yeah.
downtown Norwich. And I
Sure.
was sitting on the couch, you walked in, and then we just had a conversation. But at that time, I remember you were like really big into like coaching.
Yes.
Right. And so your office in the back, or you didn't have the office, you were also a flex space member, and I was a flex space member, meaning we
Sure.
didn't actually have an office space. We would just work out of the open areas.
Just like wherever you guys could find a spot.
Right.
In
That's
the,
where
in the lobby. Sometimes I just work off the couch. I wouldn't
Right.
even get off the couch. I'm right there on the couch all day.
Right.
Just
So
work.
when I was sitting there, I think he was
Yeah.
trying to come and sit on the couch at his spot. And like
Yeah.
I was sitting there and he had his laptop like he was ready to work. And like, what the hell is she doing here? That's my fucking
Yeah.
spot, right? So like I saw that. And so that's how we ended up chit-chatting about like what you do and all of that. But now you have this whole full-scale operation. You have partners, you have interns, you have all these people that work for you. You have an arsenal of equipment. So how did you go from like sitting on the couch with a laptop to, having this whole space doing what you do now?
Yeah, well, everything we did was kind of virtual at the time, so we didn't have like any in-house printing. So I relied on our manufacturing partners, overseas to get a lot of the stuff done. So that's how we kind of did everything virtually until we had enough capital to really grow it. I was just looking for a place just to hold my deliveries so people wouldn't steal them off my front porch, so that
Right.
kids wouldn't be disappointed, by someone trying to steal. So that's when I found a foundry, a place to be able to deliver my packages to. So that way, I can have a real address and feel like it was a real business. And then from that point, I committed to myself. I said, you know what, I'm gonna move to a desk to make it really official. Um, and then at that point, when I said I'm gonna make it really official, I'm just really gonna kick it up a notch and really start reaching out and networking as many people as I can. I would go to Boston, I would go to Providence, I would go to New York, I would go anywhere I can to go network and meet with people to make some connections.
Nice,
Okay.
nice. So
Yeah,
I have
then
a
we-
question actually. So you mentioned overseas partners, manufacturing partners. How did you meet them and where are they at?
I got two manufacturing partners, one in the Middle East and the other one in Asia. So I met them. I was actually doing a project for somebody else to find exercise equipment because I used to be 400 pounds and I lost 200 pounds with no surgery.
Wow.
And from that point on, I was looking for exercise equipment to get it from the source. We would get ready to go overseas to the Middle East. To the Asia to see if we can get it, wholesale ourselves. And then somebody connected me to the plug, and the plug was like, "Hey, whatever you need, we got it here for you." So I found all types of exercise equipment, helped some people out, and then they offered me athleisure wear like leggings and sweatsuits and things like that. And then from that point on, we built a partnership and relationship. And I got my own group of workers now. So I went from working with just a manufacturing partner to specific people that just work on my projects and my projects only. And that's kind of how I grew it. And so we're able to do anywhere from 1,000 pieces to 3,000 pieces a day, or we can do 100 pieces for anybody. So we can go as big or as small as you want to go. We're small but mighty. That's my slogan.
Small but mighty. I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you guys are crushing it. Really sounds like you got something there. Can't wait to see where it goes next. What's the plans for maybe the next year, 2 years, 5 years?
Well, right now, we're into fulfillment right now. So like I was telling you about networking, I ended up, meeting with some people in New York City, and then I ended up getting 50 Cent as one of our clients. So I make a lot of stuff for him and G Unit and the G Unit brand. And so right now we're doing a lot of fulfillment for a lot of different people who are kind of more the Instagram celebrities and things like that. So we're just growing that portion of it. And then we're doing a lot of in-house stuff as well too. We got the Norwich brand, and we house a lot of different entrepreneurs and other brands as well too, helping them grow. I teach entrepreneurship class to help other entrepreneurs grow their brand and their business, and take on interns to put them in the right direction to from day one to day 100, showing them how to hustle and make some money and giving them opportunity like somebody else gave me opportunity to learn.
That's awesome. That's what it's about right there, man. Sounds like somebody I know who's got a lot of different things going on, but keeps it organized and does it for the right reasons. I know a little bit about you, but maybe not everybody listening does. Tell us why you do what you do. What's sort of the background for it?
Yeah, I come from Hartford, grew up without my dad, single parent, stepfather was on drugs, and I could have easily went the wrong way in life. So I try to do it, for my kids, for my community, and try to give back to as many people as I can, and try to be a bright light, for my city, where I come from. It's not
From the heartbeat, right?
from Hartford. Yeah, I'm born and raised in Hartford. I was a dad when I was 16. I kind of played in the street life for a little bit, but basketball saved my life and actually got me to college. That's how I got my undergraduate degree from Eastern, and I got my master's from Albertus Magnus. So I got my MBA. So I just try to incorporate some of the things I learned from, the inner city and the education, and kind of merge the two worlds together to try to come up with, an opportunity to help other people out, help them grow, help them eat, just like somebody else helps me eat. And I see some people on there checking in. Shout out my man Ty Waterman, BKS Photographs. That's my main man right there. We grow, we grind together, man. We've done a lot of things, from celebrity photography to parties to pictures, you name it. We hustle. That's my guy. I see him over there.
There's also another one, Christian. I don't know how to say
Christian,
his last
that's my
name.
guy. That's the super intern right there. He done took his thing and he ran with it. And I credit a lot to him, actually, believe it or not. He taught me a lot. And and helping me open my mind up to the younger generation.
So the intern taught you. How'd that work? That's an interesting concept.
Well, as a business owner, you can't be closed-minded to anything,
Yeah.
and if you don't listen, to what's going on around you, sometimes you might miss an opportunity. So it was a story. Me and Christian was driving to Providence, and something happened where somebody's uniform got left off or something happened, and Christian was like, we got to do this ourselves. We can't rely on third-party people no more to get it done. And I said, "You're right." So I stayed up for 3 days straight, and I figured out how to make our own products in house. I found the machinery, I found the materials, and from that point on, we just kind of ran with it. So that's how we started making stuff in house, and that's how we built the laboratory in the back that Suki was talking about. We was in the back of an office, just had a manufacturing plant. Now we moved over to, a different store location now, but that's how it all started. It was in the back, and I credit my man Christian to it, because he came up with the idea. I can't take no credit for it. I got to give him some credit.
Yeah, you got to give credit where credit's due. It takes humility to do it, but hey, it is what it is. So we actually we always do this once someone comes on. We ask them some questions. We want to give you an opportunity to ask us questions as well. Whatever you want to ask is fair game. So did you have anything you wanted to ask us?
Yeah, of course. How does one entrepreneur, they say you need to network, right? So how do you network with other people to connect? Because everyone seems to be kind of selfish at times, where they don't want to let anybody into their circle, or they don't want to open up the resources, or they want to kind of push people off like, oh, I got it from here. How does one entrepreneur start to break into some of those closed circles that people don't really want to let them into?
That's interesting. You wanna answer, or?
Yeah, so I don't know if there's a right or a wrong way to do it. What I do is I open myself up, and that's it. I put all my cards on the table, take it or leave it. This is what it is. And a lot of people actually are like, you shouldn't do that. You need to be reserved. You gotta protect yourself. And I go, yeah, but in order to receive, you have to like be able to, I guess, just have open arms, because when you receive, then you give, and there's reciprocity in that. So for me, I've been doing this. I guess I've been myself for like forever, my entire life, and that's just how I operate. And of course, there's like good, and then there's bad, but I think the good outweighs the bad, definitely. And as an entrepreneur, like you have to put yourself in challenging situations, or just be really flexible about the result. So if it's not something, an outcome that you were planning on having, you just kind of flex and you just move on, and you're just like, well, that didn't work out, so next time I just have to do better this time around.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's spot on. To kind of just add to it a little bit, I'd say first you have to come with value. Anywhere you go, you get what you give. So when networking, it can't be a selfish motive only. Like, I'm going to go into this, business networking event, or I'm going to go online to this webinar, or whatever it is, and I'm only trying to take. You got to come with some type of value to the table. That sets the stage for a good networking relationship, because the goal is to do business together, and there's always a win-win. The only way you can get to a win-win is by coming with value in hand. The other part to that, I'd have to say, is the competition piece. You had mentioned that, sometimes you'll get to a networking event, and, how do we network when there's multiple people in that group all doing the same thing? There's a couple different ways to approach that. You can take the very survival mode approach and just stop. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take over type of approach, and I'm going to compete that way. Or you can just come in and just build the biggest building in town and just say, you know what, I'm just going to do my thing. I'm going to do it the best of my ability, and I'm not going to focus on the competition. I'm going to act like there is no competition, and just focus on delivering good quality product or service. So those are, when it comes to networking, I wouldn't even focus on the competition too much, and I'd focus on how do I come with value in hand.
So true. I agree.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What else you got for us?
Well, I just want to share something. I think, during, you said something that was really key, Pete, and that was, you got to learn how to give. And one of the models that I believe in is you have to give to get, and you have to give something. You have to give something that's value. You have to give your time. You have to give your resources in order to get something back in return. So it's almost like a return on the investment. So I agree with you on that. And I think that was really powerful. But what is it? I guess, so many people are in a pandemic right now. They're not really sure, which direction they should go. What do what do you think? How do you turn your passion into a hustle? Like, because some people don't understand that, there's a difference between having passion and then having a hustle and then being self-employed or being an entrepreneur. What do you think that some people can do to find their ways to become, a hustler or entrepreneur or self-employed or to do something during the pandemic?
Sure. So I'll start with that one. First off, you can't do what other people are doing. You can only do what you're doing. So there's a lot of people out there who want to become an entrepreneur or hustler because, it's the cool thing to do. It's trending and others are doing it. They may see somebody online or in their community like, oh, I want to be like that person. You can't be that person. You can only be yourself, your authentic self. And if that means you're a hustler or entrepreneur, it's in your DNA, then just by being yourself, it's going to come out. The next part, another part I'd actually say about that is really take the time, like go off somewhere away from everybody else and ask yourself the tough questions like, who am I? What am I good at? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? And get honest with yourself, get true, and you'll get down to the core of what you're passionate about. And then it's just a matter of execution after that. It's just a matter of doing the work. Right? There's a lot of people who want things. They want to be an entrepreneur. They want $1 million. They want a business. But what are you willing to do to get what you say you want is the question I'd say. It's going to take work.
I think it's really the why, right? So global pandemic or no pandemic, what the hell were you doing before the pandemic? Why did you wake up every day? What's your motivation? So if during the pandemic you're worried about money, weren't you worried about that before?
Yeah, of course, definitely.
And like, if it weren't for the pandemic, what if you broke your leg and you were out for like X amount of time, or you got, I don't know, like a really bad life-threatening disease or something? Shouldn't you have already been aware of like life's challenges that you may encounter? So that's why I say pandemic or no pandemic, you always really have to be like on your grind. Like it's all about mindset at the end of the day.
Big facts. Great questions, by the way. You came,
Yeah.
You showed up. I was like, man.
Oh, Peter. They don't call me the main event for nothing, bro. I can't, I can't disappoint. If I'm gonna call myself the main event, I can't come halfway, man. You know what I mean? So
that's right.
With that, you said something that was key though, and that's kind of part of my slogan, Suki, is that you got to have that why. And I think that's how I came up with the no luck, all hustle. Like you can't just expect somebody to hand it to you. Sometimes you just got to go out there and work for it, and the opportunity for your hard work. And when the timing is right, it all connects. That's when the opportunity comes. So I don't really believe in luck. I just believe when it's your time, it's your time. You just got to be ready. And when I play basketball, I'll never forget, my coach always said, stay ready so you never got to get ready. So that's kind of where I get the no luck, all hustle from. So that's kind of where I'm at with it today.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I love it. He's dropping all these gems, right?
Yeah. Coming with value in hand. He knows exactly. Man, listen.
Say that one more time, Chewy.
You gotta stay ready so you never gotta get ready.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what that is,
Everyone should write that down seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna make a T-shirt out of that. We're gonna put that up next week. You know what I mean?
Let's do
we're gonna
it.
Stay ready so you never gotta get ready. And then also, I talked about this last time and somebody wanted me to repeat it, so I'm gonna repeat it one more time. You need the 4 P's in business, okay?
Okay.
I was talking
Write
about
this down. Hold on. If you're listening out there, get your pen, get your paper. You got to take notes. You got to be prepared when you hear stuff like this. So the 4 P's, he's about to give it to you right
4
now.
P's.
Go ahead.
Now, I'm gonna tell you this. I'll tell you what to do, but you're gonna have to pay me for how to do it. Okay, so just remember that. All right. Yep. I'll tell you what to do, but you gotta pay me for the how.
All right, got that.
But here's the 4 P's that I believe that every person needs to have in order to be successful. The first P is you need somebody to push you, right? Somebody who's in your corner saying, "Listen, Peter. Listen, Suki. You got to do better. You got to go there. You got to go out and get it." You need somebody to push you. Then the other P is you need somebody to pull you, saying, "Hey, you didn't do what you said you was going to do. You said you was going to have it done. It wasn't done. You got these crazy ideas. You all over the place. So I got to pull you in and reel you back in and bring you back to reality." Those are the people that you don't really like because they tell you the truth, right? They really get under your nerves and they be like, this ain't hot enough. This ain't it. You got to come better than that, right? Those are the people. Those are the pullers. And then you need somebody to prepare you, right? Somebody who's already gone ahead, the guru, the master, or the person that you revere as somebody successful. You need them to prepare and give you information to help you along the way on the path, because everyone needs a mentor, everyone needs a guru, everyone needs somebody to help push them along the way. So that's kind of the prepare. And then you need people to promote you. They swear by you, like, listen, if it's not Peter or Suki doing it, I don't want to be no part of it. Or if they're doing it, I'm in, because I know those guys, I know their reputation, I know what they get down with. So that's what you need. You need people to promote you, to say, listen, you don't have to do a lot of talking. You let them talk for you, or you let your work speak for yourself. So those are the 4 P's. You need somebody to push you. You need somebody to pull you. You need somebody to prepare you. And you need people to promote you to help get you to where you need to get to in life.
Woo!
Nice.
Mic drop. That's it right there. So, man, listen, it's always a pleasure, Sean. We're going to get together soon, sooner than later. Really, really appreciate you. Love everything you're doing. Anything we can do to support, let us know here on the Hustle Reports. Definitely want to help you get that promotion, push, pull, whatever we can do. So, yeah, just appreciate you, man.
No problem. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to have me on. You know, there's so many other worthy people out here, but I'm very thankful that you chose me here, and I don't take these opportunities for granted. And shout out to everybody that tuned in online, Facebook Live, Instagram Live. Thanks for spending a little bit of your time with me today in the Hustle Report and my people, Peter and Suki.
Thanks, Sean.
No problem.
Man,
right.
what a great guy. This, yeah, great guy.
Yeah, he's amazing. From
Yeah.
like the second I met him, I'm like, wow, he's like a real entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know, just even his story of how he needed the co-working space. He used the co-working space just so his packages wouldn't get stolen at his house. And every single day he would have all these different packages being delivered. And he was kind of like the mystery man down at the co-working space. You're like, what does he do? Like, what are all these packages? You know, it was very intriguing. But he had this whole thing that he was doing with his partners overseas.
Yeah.
So it was like, wow, here in Little Norwich, there's someone who's doing like contractual business deals all over the world.
Yeah.
It sounds like
it's
the
incredible.
real deal.
Yeah. And I know we went to the same business school together. And really, actually, one of the things, sometimes I give pushback on college education. I'm like, you don't need it. But I did get a lot while I was there. And one of those things, they pushed us to do international business. And both of us, him and I, both do international business,
right?
Because of that part of the coursework,
right? It like just made you familiar with the concept, right?
Yeah.
And if you didn't have that, then you wouldn't even know that this really existed, because it's not something that's talked about when you're a kid growing up, unless you're in that household, of course. But it's not like, I don't know, mainstream.
No, it's really not. But today, so I know the name of the episode here is How to Hustle Your Coworkers, right? So that's something we want to talk about today. It's an interesting title. We're going to get into it. But first, I just kind of want to, what's your take on a person, having a hustle at work?
It depends. And like, I roll my eyes at the whole thing. Like, as soon as you start talking about it, I'm like, oh God, like, oh, it's painstaking sometimes. Cause like I go to work and I'm going to work so I can make money, like for myself. But like when I'm walking around just trying to like, go to the little kitchen to get a coffee, I'm like being bombarded by like soccer moms or whatever. Like, oh my God, like one of my 5 kids has this fundraiser. Do you want to buy chocolates, pizza, flowers? I don't know, whatever.
Oh,
and
the
I'm
Girl
like,
Scout
oh my
cookies.
God.
The Girl
Whatever.
Scout
I
cookies.
don't even eat that junk.
You
No,
don't
like
eat
I
it?
no. I mean, okay, Girl Scout cookies, they're great and everything. So usually what happens is I feel bad, like I do want to support, so I just give them the money and I don't want the cookies. Or I'll buy the cookies and give it to someone else.
Yeah. I know, like I'd go and grab coffee when I used to work at an office before I had my own business there. I would go and I'd always see these fundraising sheets for like Girl Scout cookies or whatever. I'm like, and they'd hit you up. Once they see you going to coffee, they'd follow you.
That's what I'm saying, right? Or when you leave the bathroom, they're like, oh, hi, do you have a moment? I'm like, oh my God, you just can't escape this.
They pull out their phone. They're like, look at my kid.
Oh my God. Yeah. It
Look
starts off with, look at my kid, right? Yeah. Like if I'm just sitting there eating quietly, they'll like come out of nowhere and like attack.
Yeah.
like swoop in like little shit hawks. Like,
So I've got a secret. Well, I wouldn't say it's a secret, but it's related to this.
okay.
I hustled my coworkers.
Oh yeah, what you do?
Yep.
You sold them drugs. That was your side hustle.
Selling drugs isn't a hustle.
What if it's legal? Not in this state, you guys.
Yeah.
But like in another state.
We're not
right?
promoting to sell drugs, but
No, but like in some states, it's actually legal, like marijuana, right? Like if you had
Yeah.
an edibles business, I'd be like, hey, I got this brownie.
I
You
can
can
see
have
that.
a little bite, the size of like a Starburst. But if you
Yeah.
want the whole thing, here's my card.
Like
you know?
trial samples. Be
No,
like,
for
here,
real.
take a hit of crack.
Oh, I cannot wait until the marijuana industry becomes legalized in the state of Connecticut because
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, we're gonna be dope dealers.
Don't say it like that.
It is.
You
what
guys
it-
come to me down at the Foundry 66 co-working space for them edibles.
Yeah, them edibles.
Well, like I don't do it, so I'd be the perfect like drug dealer.
I don't either. I really don't.
Straight up side hustle.
Yeah.
If only if it's legalized. I'm not trying to do like some shady shit.
Yeah, you can sell. So, okay, look. Let's say you work at a place where there's a lot of traffic, right?
Mhm.
And
Like Walmart.
First, like
Okay.
Walmart. First,
Okay.
check with your.
Are you allowed to
employer.
solicit?
Yeah, can you solicit? Be like, hey, do you mind if
Oh,
I
yeah.
sell my edibles or my CBD products?
Oh, I know. Within the school systems, like if you're a teacher or a nurse, right?
You can't
And
sell
that's-
edibles as a teacher
Why? It's if it's legal. Once
Yeah.
again, you guys like
if it's
look
legal.
at state laws.
Yes, check
Yeah.
with your local and state laws. Check with your
Don't
employer.
listen to me.
But there's ideas that we have that you
Okay.
could potentially do.
Okay.
Like some of those ideas are to sell, your CBD products or your
Oh, yeah.
edible products. What I used to do is I would have snacks, right? So I knew that the vending machine was far away from everyone's cubicle and everyone's desk. And if
Mhm.
you took too long to go to the vending machine to get snacks, then you would,
That's so crazy you say that because in 11th and 12th grade, as an 11th or 12th grader, right? In I don't know how it is in America, but you're allowed to have two lockers.
yeah,
So I got two lockers. One was for my books and all, the school crap, and the other one was strictly food. So I'd sell snacks out of my locker.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right.
That's a hustle right there. That's how you knew you were going to be in business.
I guess that, and I had a pizza pocket business
Pizza pockets
in school until I got kicked out
What
of
do
the
you mean,
cafeteria.
pizza pocket?
Okay, so you could go to BJ's or Costco and get like a box of these pizza pockets.
Yeah.
They're kind of like the shape of an empanada or whatever, but imagine. some
Oh,
pizza
yeah.
filling, right? Like
Like mini hot
cheese.
pockets.
Yeah, but they're like shaped. I don't know in America if they have this, but in Canada, that's what a pizza pocket is. So I went and I got like a couple boxes, like I don't know, 2 or 3 boxes, and they were like $5.99 for like 24 pizza pockets. And I went over to the teachers' lounge because they have 2 microwaves, and I said, "Hi, can I borrow one of the microwaves? Because I noticed you guys just use one." I went to the audio, visual, whatever film department, and they have a whole bunch of these carts where you would put like a projector on it
Yeah.
because this was like back in like 1997, 98, 99. And they said, "Oh yeah, we have plenty." So I stuck the microwave on the cart, wheeled it into cafeteria, plugged it in, and I sold those pizza pockets for $1.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That's
it was
what I did with
making
the snacks.
killing, right?
So I knew the vending machine was too far away from the desk for
Right.
people. People complained about it all the
Yeah.
time. So I said, I know what I'll do.
Mhm,
I'll just come prepared with snacks.
mhm.
I went and looked at the price
Oh, yeah.
on the vending machine
Mhm.
and I charged the same amount.
Oh, the same.
The same amount.
Right. Would you
I
cut
could've-
deals with people?
What's
Like
that?
2 for 1 because
I'd
at a
give 'em
vending
credit.
machine. Oh, okay. Right.
And I'd be there on payday
Mhm.
waiting. Like you're going to lunch to cash your check, right? I wouldn't be
Right.
saying it, but I'd be saying
But you
it.
knew.
I knew.
Oh, this is kind of like the story of the monk, right? Instead of being like straight up sleazy salesman, like give me all your fucking money, you're just like insinuating or suggesting.
Yeah, but hey, how's it going? What are you doing for lunch today?
Yeah, like let me make your life easier for you, not harder,
No.
right?
But that's what I would do. Like I
Yeah.
know if I just walked around every morning with my
Mhm.
snacks, I would go and I'd say, "Here you go. Do you want any snacks for the day? You're gonna be
Mhm.
stuck in this cubicle."
Right.
And everyone would pay.
Wow.
They'd either give me cash, or if they didn't have cash, I'd just be like, "Oh, just pay me on payday." No
You know
worries."
what? Like now in this day and age, it's even better than like back in the day because now there's Venmo, Cash App, Zelle.
Yeah,
I don't
cash
know,
app
whatever.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So people don't actually have there's no excuse as to why they can't buy snacks from a coworker.
So then there was this other guy. I created like a whole economy in the workspace.
Okay.
So then there was this other guy, and he took
Okay.
it to a whole nother level.
Really?
And you can do this too. You can take what we're saying, and it's practical, like legit. You can.
If
have
you're
a-
allowed to at your job. So,
yeah, maybe you're not allowed to, but this is how you hustle your coworkers.
okay.
So this other guy, he brought the addictive element into play. He came with coffee.
Mm,
So the same experience to go and get a cup of coffee, it was, it was a walk away. It would take you almost 5 minutes to go get the coffee. He would come pre-prepared with instant coffee and creamer and a little pouch. All you needed to get was hot water from the cooler because the water cooler has hot and cold water.
right.
So legit, oh my gosh, that took it to another level. Everybody who's coming in late, people just started saying, you know what? I don't need my morning coffee. I'll just get it when I get to work.
So where did he have this whole setup? Like in
In his backpack.
cubicle? So he would literally, was it like a cubicle office space or like offices with
Both.
like doors? Okay.
Both.
So would he go like door knocking?
He would. Every morning
Okay.
he'd do his rounds.
Okay.
He'd
Was
do
he
his-
like on the clock? I'm just wondering how. All
Yeah,
this
he was on the
works.
clock.
Oh,
I don't know how he
so
worked out
did
that deal.
management, upper management know that this was going on? Was he stealing company time?
Maybe he gave him the free coffee. If you come and you
Okay.
so here's how you
maybe
can do
he
it.
coffeed them up.
Coffeed them
right?
up.
Ooh, yeah.
This is how I would do it if I
Okay.
was him. So I would actually go, I'd
Mhm.
find out what kind of coffee upper management likes.
Mm,
And the first thing I would do in the morning is I would give them free coffee.
right.
I was like, here's your coffee. And then I'd go do my rounds.
Okay, you guys, you hear that? It's really good, like life advice.
Right? And it's extra money. You'd have a side hustle.
Right. Do you know how much money he made every week?
I don't know,
Okay.
but he ended up opening a coffee shop.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not with instant coffee though, right?
No, like a legit
Like,
one
where is this coffee place?
in Manchester.
Damn.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. We should bring him as a guest.
We should
right?
see if
Like,
I
we
can
should
get
put
him.
on here.
Yeah. So that's what it could evolve into.
Hmm.
Everybody just became, they just knew him as the coffee guy.
Mhm. Right. So let's go back to the kind of snacks you were selling. Like, what were you selling? What was like
I
the
literally
top
took the
seller?
list from the vending machine
Okay.
and I just literally went and bought
The
that.
same
The
exact.
same
You didn't
stuff.
have like a specialty product.
I was
No?
selling on convenience. I'm here
Wow.
now. Why are you going to go for a walk all the
Okay.
way there?
All right.
And you
Okay.
might get in trouble because this is the thing is
Okay.
management would come down on people if they were gone too long
Mhm.
and all they're going to do is get a snack. That's a 10-minute trip.
If they
If
were
there's
being
not a line.
gluttonous, if they were caught
Yeah, if they were
being
caught.
gluttonous.
Yeah.
Right. See, you guys, you get penalized for that. So
So what other hustles could we come up with for people on how to hustle their coworkers?
Okay. Once again, you said something important earlier on the show about bringing value. So, like,
Mm.
all that crap that people are selling that I don't want, like, if you brought baked goods into work
Oh, I love
or like
baked goods.
really good food, like a roast beef sandwich, with like a little horseradish,
Yeah.
like one of those like pickles on the side, the cold pack.
like Grillo's
ones.
pickles.
Yeah, like Grillo's
Shout out to
pickles,
Grillo's
right?
pickles. Sorry, I
Yeah.
had to do it. This guy's gonna come on the show.
Awesome. Yeah, can't wait. He has a great story, right?
Yeah, bring Grillo's pickles to work and sell them.
Right. Yeah, something like that. Like not junk that like I don't need. I
Yeah.
don't know. What else do people like want?
I don't know.
Oh, those frappuccino things in a bottle.
Oh, forget it. You would crush it with
Right?
frappuccinos.
You know what? Maybe I should do that. I should get like cases of them and just sell them down at the foundry.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you keep them cold? Because they need to be cold, right?
Yeah, like in a mini fridge.
Yeah,
Just plug one in. Yeah.
absolutely. This is all stuff you can do, guys.
Yeah.
Photos come like Christmas time, holiday time, birthdays, all that. You can promote yourself as a photographer
Oh,
around
true.
around
right?
the workspace.
Mhm.
What else? How to
Um,
hustle your coworkers.
Like shoe shine.
Shoe
People do
shine.
that? I don't know. Just
You can look. It's business. If your pride and ego doesn't let you shine shoes, then maybe you shouldn't be in business. Sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do.
yeah, I don't know. Like bringing people the newspaper.
Yeah,
I know, bringing people flowers.
yeah.
I think gift giving. It's
a
like,
gift giving service.
yeah, so gift giving is this whole like multi-billion-dollar industry that goes on all over the world. And like in a co-working space, or no, just not in a co-working space, any kind of space. Like if you work at a car dealership, even,
Yep.
right? So imagine if someone was like selling flowers and you wouldn't have to go and make an extra stop at like Stop and Shop or a flower shop. Like the flowers would be there. So when you go
Jeez.
home to your like loved ones, you could just bring them the
Bring them
flowers.
flowers. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
know you're at the
convenience.
office all day, but and your wife is complaining about it.
Yeah.
What if you were able to bring her flowers home every day? Make them really affordable too.
Like even a single rose.
Just one rose.
Just get a mini fridge, stick it under your cubicle, like put a bunch of roses in there.
Jeez, you
Low
could
key.
be the king of your home.
Right? Totally. People love that shit.
They do. You know what else? You mentioned car dealerships.
Yeah.
You could okay, so you have everybody has a lunch break, right?
Mhm.
Everyone has a lunch break.
Mhm.
If you offered like a quick mobile car cleaning service, like you do a quick detail and you do it on lunch break every day and just eat your lunch while you're doing it, it'd be an extra like 20 or 40 bucks or 50 bucks, whatever you charge them to just clean their car.
But then it would cut into your lunch break.
Hey,
You'd
sacrifices,
have to be
man.
serious about that hustle. Don't you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, you
I don't
would.
know. I wouldn't do it. Would you?
Fuck it. Why not?
Okay,
I've
I'd
done all
love to
kinds
see.
of things. So
Right. Okay. I guess like if you need cash,
I've done all
right?
kinds of things.
Then don't complain if you're just like, oh, I have no money for gas in my car. Like, how much is that? $23, like 14.73.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely could make way more than that detailing one person's car a week. Like, even if you did it, like, oh, Wednesday, hump day, car detail day.
That's right. You could
I
do
feel
other
like people would
people's
pay you
work
40
for them.
bucks.
You could, like, let's
That
say
would be
you're,
your gas money for the entire week, right?
yeah, absolutely. That's your gas money.
There you go.
You could also, like, let's say you're really good at your job and you have downtime, so you just get things done quickly.
Okay, yeah.
Instead of using your downtime to like browse on social media and watch our show or whatever,
Yeah.
like I want you to watch our show, so whatever.
Okay.
But what you could do
Mhm.
is you could literally have people in your office
Mhm.
hire you to do their work.
Mm. True.
Like, I'll do your work. I know you're always complaining about that report every week.
Right.
Give me 20 bucks. I'll do the report.
Right. That's true. Or people could just like buy you food
Yeah, buy my lunch for a week. I'll send
Right.
out your emails.
or buy you groceries because you know what? Time is money or money is versus time, whatever. So when you work, you have to also like go out and buy your own food. And that means you have to go to a store, a grocery store, or even if you went to go get takeout, now you're wasting your time driving in your car, spending gas. So if people did work for you or you worked for them and they paid you
Yeah,
in food, that would cut your time,
that's it.
time and money, right?
That's it. So you guys heard it first. Those are some real practical ways to hustle your coworkers. You heard it here on the Hustle Reports. Go out and do it. Don't just listen to what we're saying. Take some of it and run with it. Like that's
Mhm.
why. I mean, that's why I do it. I do.
Or
it.
if you have a side hustle business, then you should promote whatever it is you do. Like, hey, I own an edible business. Like,
Yeah.
here's my card. Like, or I sell earrings online or something. Or I'm gonna have this pop-up shop in the basement of a church next Saturday. Like, come out. Yeah, like constantly promote yourself. That's what Chewy said, right? It was like the four
That's it.
things.
The 4
Promote.
P's.
Yeah, the 4 P's, right?
So in the comments below, if you have a side hustle, post it, share it, right? Let other people know about it. Or if you have some ideas of you just want to help, and maybe it's not something you're doing, but you want to share your advice, post it in the comments below for others to listen. We're developing a culture of entrepreneurship here. So you, if you're listening, are a part of that and help others within the community. Right? This is the Hustle Reports community, and we want you guys to support one another and grow your businesses, grow your side hustle. Stop complaining. We don't want to hear none of that.
I know. I'll stop complaining about coworkers that try and sell me stuff I don't need. But I mean, mind you, it's all for a good cause, so I do still support it. I'll just give them money. It's
I'm
fine.
not giving
It's
you
fine.
shit.
Well, you haven't sold shit to me, so whatever.
Yeah. No, not you. I'm talking about the people out
Oh,
there.
the people, you don't want to support
Yeah.
their fundraisers?
I wouldn't do that to you. You're
What
the
if
best co-host in the world.
No, wait. Let's go back. You wouldn't give these soccer moms that are selling stuff on behalf of their like children at school, like for good
Maybe.
cause?
Maybe.
You don't want to see these little like children of Norwich succeed and thrive.
They get me every time. The Girl Scouts, every time I go to vote, they get me.
Yeah, I mean they're good at what they do.
I love the cookies,
Yeah.
actually.
And they sell like popcorn also.
Yeah.
In a can.
That could be a problem in the office if you did popcorn because it's messy.
Why? Why does it have to be messy? Like, do you eat your popcorn like?
I don't, but have you dealt with some people? Some people are savage.
I don't know. I don't know where you've worked before where like popcorn eating is like so problematic to the point where you discourage people from buying popcorn from like Girl Scouts.
No,
I don't know.
I wouldn't discourage.
I need to stop because then I'll be called a misandrist.
Misandrist.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah. That's what they called you one time.
Right.
It's funny. I watched how the comments have evolved. There was a time where they were like, trolling us and attacking us. Now everything's been pretty positive.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
Whatever. It is what it is.
I don't even care if someone hates on us or trolls us. You can say whatever you want to say.
It's America,
do what I
right?
gotta do.
Isn't that what's so great about this country?
Yeah, freedom of speech. You can
I
be a
love it.
complete asshole, and it's great.
Wait, that's a far stretch. I'm not an asshole.
You're not.
I'm not.
Some people are though.
Okay, cool. Now that we got that sorted out.
So, anywho, so that was the Hustle Reports for today. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it. I hope you actually learned something and found this entertaining at the very least.
Mhm.
Make sure to tune in on Thursday. We're going to do a special New Year's Eve episode, kick off the year 2021 right. And yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on.
Right.
Do you have any closing comments for our
Yeah.
people out there?
So if you don't have a side hustle and you are an aspiring entrepreneur, go start one or two or three and promote, endorse, sell, whatever it is that you have yourself, like your idea, right? To your coworkers, your neighbors, your friends, whatever. Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
You heard it first. Suki's got amazing advice, very talented entrepreneur. I'm honored to have you as my co-host. I
Thank
haven't
you.
said it enough. I'll
Thank
continue
you.
to say it. You're welcome.
Happy to be here.
But for you guys, the best is yet to come. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you guys. See you next time.